Thanks for staying with us on Point. An investment duo who have been funding African businesses for the past 5 years or so is set to launch a special purpose acquisition company or blank cheque firm to try and fund African businesses focused on tech. Investment banker Vishal Agarwal joins me from Nairobi and corporate lawyer Raj Kulasingam joins me from London. A very good afternoon to you both. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News. Just talk to us about what a special purpose acquisition vehicle is and what you hope to do.
So what we're going to do, good afternoon to all your viewers. We're going to try and launch a SPAC, which is going to be focused really on trying to find a really good high growth story from Africa and bring it to the world stage. That's really what we're going to do. And the whole idea of using a special purpose vehicle is a little twofold. One, for the investors, unlike a typical IPO listing where they come in and there's a big premium on the share price, and then they have to sit and sort of, buy at the premium from the market. A SPAC offers them this opportunity to buy well before the $10 set share price. And they come in and they get committed at that share price, and they have the option to actually get their money back if they are dissatisfied with the unspacking, so to speak. If the SPAC sponsors don't do a good job and don't achieve the investment thesis, they can get their money back. So that's good on the investor side, and they can actually ride it out and not pay a premium. On the founder side, what a SPAC allows a founder to do from an Africa standpoint is get onto the global stage, find a New York Stock Exchange or a NASDAQ listing, and be able to find liquidity to scale beyond our borders. So we're very excited about this innovation for our region. SPACs are not new, and there's a lot of activity, but there aren't many to talk about. And we're very excited to be able to try and do one for our region.
So talk to me more about the type of companies that your SPAC would focus on, and how do you envision it working, particularly bearing in mind that there's a concern about how few African countries will reach that $1 billion valuation or the like?
Sure. Look, I think what we've seen over the last 3 years is there's a huge interest in Africa tech, and our SPAC is going to focus on that space, a space we understand very well, having invested in numerous companies in Africa in this space. And the question is not, can you find a company to be to do a SPAC with? The question is, can you find the right company to do a SPAC with? What you've seen over the last few years is that today I think there are 5 or 6 unicorns, and unicorns are being on the continent. Unicorns are being minted, I would say, almost every quarter, and you're going to see a lot more of these unicorns coming to the market. But that's not the issue, right? So the issue about unicorns today is that they're mostly VC funded. Can we find the right company to give value to investors on the continent? And we believe we can, because there are companies on the continent who are solving key problems and who are able to leverage technology, that's cutting edge technology that you can use to go across the world. This is not just an Africa story. This is an Africa to the world story. There are issues that these technology companies are solving on the continent. It's the same issues, whether you're talking about South America, Southeast Asia, or even Europe. I mean, look, take, for example, a company that we invested in called Swivel. Now, Swivel is a company that was started off in Egypt, was based in Dubai, and currently they just bought a company based in South America. So these are not companies that are on the continent just doing things on the continent. We believe that the Africa story needs to be told beyond Africa. There's an opportunity to invest from Africa to the world.
And a lot of the innovation that we're finding on the continent applies really well to solving global problems. It applies really well to solving frontier market problems. But as in the case of Swivel, really a Swivel app, which is really a ride share with buses, can be used in California. So we're very excited about bringing our African companies and founders to the world stage.
All right, let's just talk about the other companies that you've invested in. You've seen success, for instance, with Kuda in Nigeria. Just talk to me about that and what that says in particular to international investors about the tech and startup space on our continent.
Look, we did 33 deals last year, right? And as time has gone by, the portfolio has really grown. Half our portfolio is fintech in nature, but we're sitting on 50 active startups or 50 active companies and 4 funds. Kuda is one of many stories. And what we love with the example of Kuda is its anecdotal evidence for Africa matters, and we can find great deals here. So we're in neobanks, we're in neo-brokers, we're in micro-lenders, we're in banking as a platform. We're solving for KYC today. We can offer digital credit cards and rewards. And all these things that are happening from an innovation standpoint sort of, have the same trajectory and can tell the same story as the evidence in the success of Kuda.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just to add to that, I mean, for example, we funded a company called Fingo Africa. Fingo is a company that was started by a young 25-year-old Kenyan that's going to be a neobank for Africa. Now, the ability for young entrepreneurs on the continent...
He's 25 today when he started.
Is it 25 today? Okay. So the ability for young entrepreneurs...
He's 25 today. He started at 23.
Okay. So the ability of young entrepreneurs to get access to capital has changed dramatically in the last 5 years. But what we want to do is take it one step further. It's changed in the sense of being able to get money from angels and venture capital funds, but they haven't got access to public markets. So we want to move the dial to give these founders access to public markets where the markets are much deeper, liquidity is much more, and you become now the beacon for the story that African innovation, African technology is not just for Africa. It's acceptable in public markets globally, and you're giving investors, hedge fund managers, asset managers access to a part of the capital of these markets that they will never have access to. Only been reserved today to venture capital and early angel investors.